This podcast contains strong language and adult themes from the outset.
Finding the funny. Finding the funny. With Ruth and Ange. Finding the funny.
Right, Ange.
Right, Pats.
Okay, this is a quick fire. You ready?
Oh, God. Right, yeah.
Quick fire. Get ready. Here we go. Ant or deck?
Deck.
Chinese or curry?
Curry.
Facebook or Instagram?
Insta.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Mum or dad? No, quick fire. Quick fire. Mum or
Mum.
dad? Netflix or chill?
Chill.
Oh, you're going for sexy
Well, I
vibes.
thought that was more that you didn't have to do that.
Eggs or bacon?
Bacon.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Me or James?
You every shitting day. I think that...
And you said mum because mum listens and dad
Exactly,
doesn't.
yeah. Exactly that.
Yeah,
I'm like-
you were thinking, actually, Mal's never
I
going to know.
don't have to say Mal because he won't have a shitting clue anyway. So
No,
you know.
exactly.
So
exactly.
yeah. Oh, well, that was quite a nice little
quick
opener,
fire.
wasn't it, Paz?
Yeah,
A little quick
little
fire.
Quick fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Interesting you went for chill, which is sexy vibes.
Yeah. See, I didn't realise that was the sexy vibes.
Well,
I thought,
you know, Netflix and chill.
I
is
thought-
like you want to come round, Netflix.
I
and then
thought like
we
the
get
Netflix
our
and chill was.
Dipsy on.
Well, I don't really know what I thought it was, to be honest. I didn't really
No.
ever understand that shit, Netflix and chill.
Well, Netflix and chill is like the way the young'uns say, do you want to come round and get sexy?
I know, but why chill? Because surely it's not chill, is it?
Well, it depends what you're doing, doesn't it?
It's more likely to be Netflix and
Bang, bang.
erratic. Netflix and erratic. My bloody head. Does your hair really piss you off when you got headphones
Yeah,
on? I
with the old
can't.
headphones.
I'm just going to
yeah.
have to
You look like a bit
adjust
of a
because
penis.
it's really not right.
You look like a bit of a penis,
Oh, I
don't
feel
you?
like a massive bell end. Hang on, let
Yeah.
me do the whole hairy shakes.
Hairy shapes.
There we go.
There
That
we
is
go.
better. That is
There we
better
go.
now,
That's
Patty.
better.
That is better.
Now, Ange, do you want to hear something funny that happened at the weekend?
Pat, you know I'm always up for a funny story, especially if
So-
it involves you.
Marty and I went to see my in-laws in Bournemouth.
Yes.
Had a great time.
Lovely,
Went
beautiful.
out for a meal on Saturday night.
Mm.
And as we approached my in-laws' drive, I took a spectacular tumble. And I
What,
mean,
were they with
I
you?
actually-
Or was it just you and
Yes.
Marty?
No.
Oh, no.
So me and Derek, my father-in-law, are walking together. Del and Jill and Marty are behind. So
Right.
Del, we get to the drive, and Derek sort of ups the pace to go and open the door.
Mhm.
I then my foot slips. They've got a bit of a dip in the drive, and I mean, I fell flat on my face.
No.
Like fully spread out on their drive, everything. Not just like a little.
What?
but
So
I
did you go
hit-
forwards?
Yeah, so I hit my head on the side as I went down. I whacked my knee, and both my hands were like, or you know, when you get
Like the little grazy,
stones
gravelly
and-
bits in your hands.
And I heard Jill go, "Oh God, Ruth!" Right? So I sort of get into a sitting position, and I say quite quickly, "It's okay, you can laugh."
Damn right, yeah.
Jill's like, no. I fell over at work just a couple of days ago. I am not laughing at this. Marty,
Cracking
Marty,
up.
no, Marty's bent down, like overlooking at me. He says, I'm not going to laugh yet. Honestly, about 3.5 seconds later, Marty's walking up the drive. I can just see his shoulders going, absolutely fucking killing himself laughing. But it was a full, spread out, face first plant.
I am so disappointed there is no video footage of this.
I know. That's why you've got to have a camera on me. a lot
I
of
mean,
the
especially,
time.
Marty, really, he needs to be constantly
He
prepared.
needs to up his game,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Yeah.
He needs to have that
Yeah.
camera on his phone constantly when he's with you.
247 365.
247, 365.
Yeah. I loved the head wobble.
But
so
you
anyway, I hear
you're not like there's no injuries, just like
Oh, I've got a horrible. No, I've got a really nasty, massive bruise
a
on my
really
knee.
nasty, massive bruise.
It's horrid.
Shit.
Yeah.
But actually very funny, and I'm disappointed I did
Very
not see
funny.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've got some stuff to bring, I believe, about Malamarks.
Right, yeah. So I've not said anything to you about this. I thought, right, I'm saving it.
No.
Saving it for podcast, saving it.
Sometimes
saving
you've
it.
just got to save
You
it.
have. You just got to keep it in. You've got to internalise.
Yeah.
So anyway, yesterday, I had to pop over to the Malamarks. Basically, Joel was getting his car repaired. It was
Do we need this information? No. You went to Mum and Dad's.
Fine.
That's where the story
okay.
can
So
begin.
I had to pop over to Malamarks, right?
Right.
They weren't there when we got there, so I let myself in. Made
Right.
myself a brew. While I'm making
Yeah.
the brew, I notice, I think probably about 4 toothpicks just hanging around on the side.
Yeah. Well, that's Malamarks.
Right. I thought, okay, yeah, that's Malamarks, toothpicks.
Love
so I
them.
take my tea,
Obsessed.
go into sit in the lounge. There's probably about another 3 or 4 toothpicks.
Oh yeah.
One
Yeah,
on the
just-
one on the sofa. Actually,
Yeah, that
on
was there
the
when
sofa.
I popped in today. Yeah, that was there when I popped in today.
3 on a little coffee table. Another couple on another couple on
Yeah.
another coffee table.
Yeah. They're just everywhere.
And I'm like, why do they constantly get shit in their teeth?
They're just obsessed with toothpicks. They are obsessed.
What is that about?
Honestly, so when I popped in there today.
Yeah.
And there was actually
Toothpicks.
2 on the sofa. one of them had started to fall down, in between
The
cushions.
crevice, the
One of them
crevice.
was resting in there. There was 3 on the coffee table, 2 on the other coffee table. As you go in on the side in the kitchen,
Yeah.
there's just a load strewn. Yeah, and they've been dicking around with those in their mouth,
And
then
they
they
just
just
leave
them
them
lying
on the
around.
side.
Yeah, fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah,
was-
clear up
I
after
was
yourselves.
literally like, why? Why have you got toothpicks
Obsessed.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Toothpicks.
I know. Toothpick.
And they're those,
Toothpicks. Well, that's Mal, isn't it?
Well, and Margs is forever
I
like,
know.
she's
Well,
forever
sometimes Mum uses her necklace. She's got a pointy, lovely Tiffany necklace
Yeah.
that James got.
Yeah.
Her. She can't get into a toothpick. She
Well, it is
shoves that
basically
in
it's a
her teeth.
toothpick round her neck, isn't it?
basically,
it's
maybe
like-
we should get one for Mal.
Yeah.
we should
You know,
get Mal a
like
toothpick
babies
necklace.
and toddlers have dummies
Yeah.
that you can pin onto their clothes. We should get them
Mum's
both a
obsessed
little,
with
clip
a
on.
toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could not believe the amount of toothpicks
yeah.
in
Oh,
that
they're
house.
everywhere. They're everywhere.
And I sort of thought, I don't think I ever use a toothpick.
No. Why are you
use
calling it a
toothpicks?
tooth? Why are you calling
Because
it
that's what Mal
toothpicks?
calls them, doesn't he? Toothpicks.
Toothpicks.
he calls
But
them
then, so
toothpicks.
Margs came here quickly because Mal and Margs were jetting off to LA.
Yeah.
On
Bastards.
Thursday, bastard. So Margs came here because she said, "Oh, I'll come over and change your bedding." I was like, "I can do it. It's fine." No, I'll come. She won't take no for an answer.
No,
Mum, will she?
no.
Bloody comes in. She has a go at me because I've left a mug on the side where I sit on the table where I sit from last night. I can't believe you can't take. I'm thinking, now you've brought this up.
Yeah.
My comeback
think-
should have been one of these bloody toothpicks.
Toothpicks. I definitely think this is, we need to have a conversation with them about the toothpicks.
It's laziness, isn't
Well,
it?
it's it.
It
And
is
also,
downright
it's bordering
laziness.
on addiction now, isn't
Unhygienic.
it?
Yeah,
it's a toothpick
and
addiction.
unhygienic.
It's
Yeah.
unhygienic because you just leave
Yeah.
them around everywhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I went to sit on the sofa. I was like,
Yeah.
it's fucking more
Especially in these COVID times.
COVID. And shoving that in
Covid.
your mouth
Also-
and leaving you on the sofa.
Talking of COVID, old, it's all gravy, baby. Sue Gray. She's handed her report,
Sue
hasn't
Gray.
she?
Yeah, it's in. Have you heard some shit
Did you
about
s-
it?
No, have you?
I mean,
Shit.
she does not hold back.
Did you see the Joe Lycett stuff this week?
No.
Oh God, that was hilarious. Joe, you know the comedian
Yes,
Joe
I know
Lycett?
him, I know him.
Absolutely hilarious. He put out a fake report. So I'm going to read you some of the things he put in it because if you didn't see it,
No, didn't see
that
it.
is hilarious. Honestly.
Oh yeah, but
he-
she's documented all these, basically all
Yeah.
these parties now that are definitely this wasn't just a meeting, this was a gathering, this was
Party.
an over. What was the thing she said about there's basically a real issue around alcohol within the government.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's one of
Oh
the things
my
she's
God.
come
I
out
want to
and
be in
said.
Bojo's crew.
Same.
Anyway, listen. So Joe Lycett released this, and actually, people that work for the government thought it was genuine.
Brilliant.
And he got a thread of text messages from somebody who follows him saying, messages on Instagram saying, I've got a mate who works in government. They're all running around. They think this is genuine. But listen to
No.
some of this stuff that Joe Lycett put in. It's hilarious. Games were played, which were known as slow dance and pass the arsehole. A number of WhatsApp groups were established to organise gatherings with titles included Definitely a Meeting with a winky face and Down It Street. Down It Street! Right, listen to this one. This is one of my favourites. Before one of the gatherings, and then he's blacked out the name like they would, obviously they wouldn't. But before one of the gatherings, someone who worked closely with the PM insisted everyone be tested and was subsequently referred to as Twatterall Flow by everyone else. And then it says at the end, please forward any queries to my email address. It's all Sue Gravy Baby at AOL.com. Yeah, and then somebody messaged him. Yeah, somebody said, I work in Parliament for the Conservatives, and I think you need to know your tweet this morning was read as an actual serious leak from Sue Gray's report. You had MP staff running around panicking from what it said. Panic dialing the MPs like, we need to discuss this right now. I can't believe she used the phrase Down It Street.
That
Absolute legendary work, Joe. Well done.
That is absolutely brilliant.
Twatterall Flow.
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't see that.
Honestly, and somebody obviously, I mean, it's all Sue Gravy Baby at AOL.com. I mean, is that how thick people who work in Parliament are?
I mean, that's becoming more and more obvious, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, but I love the term Twatterall Flow.
Twatterall Flow, yeah.
Ange.
Yes, Pats.
Have you logged into your Dipsy account yet?
Well, I have. Yeah.
Aren't the stories brilliant?
I am impressed with the Dipsy.
The sexy audio stories.
Yeah, but do you know what? Did you check out the hunks section?
No.
Yeah, there's a whole hunks section.
The
so
hunks?
you can pick your hunk. And it's male and female, so you know it accommodates everybody.
Yes.
So for instance, you've got Jack, and he's a brooding hometown crush. I've checked out Jack a couple of times.
Yeah, Jack sounds like he's right up your strata.
Right up my strata. You've got Kiara, who's a coy tattoo artist.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a whole do you know the thing that I found the most weird was there's a hunk called Malcolm.
Wow,
yeah.
Mal, if you're listening, we know that he is a balding 70-year-old
hunk of a man,
ex-book selling man.
Exactly. So there's all these hunks I found, and I also found I really liked because you've got a wellness section.
Yes, that's lovely.
Yes,
there, isn't it?
And
really
a sleep
nice
section.
Yes,
which
both
is
are
also
great.
very, very, because I do struggle to relax. As you know, Pat, I'm a bit sort of, a bit on the go.
Highly strung. A bit highly strung.
I'm a bit highly strung.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and I found that sort of sleep just helps me just relax,
nice.
helps me
It's
to
lovely,
switch
isn't it?
off. So it's not just, your sexy vibes, but they're there if you want them. But it's also everything else.
Think it's such a nice way to explore your sort of fantasies. That's what I think's really nice about it.
Yes.
Like, sometimes that, especially as a woman, there can be a bit of a shame around that. And I've actually got a friend, I'm not going to name them, but I've got a friend who already uses Dipsy. And when they found out that we were doing an ad for them, they got in touch and they were like, I love it. I love that you can have that wellness element, or it can be sensual.
Yes.
It can be sexy times. And did you know that for our listeners, Dipsy are offering an extended 30-day free trial? You just go to Dipsea, which is DIPSEA stories.com/funny, and you can try it for 30 days for free. And I actually think it is a brilliant app. I've loved it. Yeah,
it is. It's a real eye opener for me, I have to say. And I think the fact there are hundreds of stories to choose from. There's new release. There's new content they release every week. So you're never going to kind of get bored and listen to the same things. And I do think the whole thing around the wellness and the sleep and helping you to wind down, I think is really, really crucial in this day and age, Pats, to be perfectly
tell us
honest.
once more, Ange, where do we go?
Okay, so for listeners of the show, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/funny. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/funny. dipsystories.com/funny.
So, Ange, I've got a. Do you want to give us the jingle? Oh no, Joe will insert the jingle. Let's just
Joe
leave
will
a little
insert.
space. Joe will insert.
Joe
the
will do an
jingle.
insertion. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary.
Well, this week's Urban Dictionary is very simple. It's man stand.
Man stand.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't really know. What's a man stand? Is it like a handstand, but it's a man standing? No. What's a man stand?
Okay. It's the act of a man standing outside a shop while his wife, girlfriend, partner shops inside. Man standing involves looking into space, looking at other women, or in the case of multi-storey shopping centres, leaning on the railings of an upper floor, watching the people below. Bloody hell, I've been doing the man stand outside T2 for over an hour.
That is so true. Man stand.
Do you know what? You can spot those poor bastards a mile off, can't you? Like you walk along a shop that's leaning on the railings. that is Mal.
What? See, my question to that is, right, why bother going? Why are men choosing to go and shop with their wives, girlfriends, partners, whatever,
Yeah.
to basically stand around?
Yeah, I mean,
Why are they
it's
doing that?
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because Marty never really comes shopping with me.
No, I don't want Ian or Joel
No,
to ever come shopping
no.
with me ever again, ever.
Well, do you remember when we went away?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
exactly.
That time that we were in Brazil and we went to that big shopping place.
Yeah.
Dad was pissed off by just after
The minute we
the
got
car.
there.
I mean, he got out of the car and he was already
in a bad mood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, Mally, all right. Yeah, I want to get out of here.
I just hate
All right.
shopping.
Why did you come
Why the bloody hell did you come then, Mal?
And then we learnt our lesson, didn't we? Because then
Very
when we went to
quickly.
Portsmouth, we all were like, we're going to take 7 million cars. Everyone, it's going to
Take your own car, and when you're ready to fuck off, you can just go.
Because Mal even said to me,
Should we just come with you? Yeah.
No, Mal. No. We
Mal.
need to have all 4 cars
Yeah.
there in case of an emergency get out.
Yes.
Because you've been man standing for too long.
Why do you think some men do it because they want to keep an eye on what's being spent? That's what I think.
There's some. I just think there's some men that are like, oh yeah. I think men don't think it through. I think they think, oh yeah, it'll be fine. We'll get a coffee. You know, I think what men forget is how long women can shop for.
Yeah.
So when we went to Portsmouth, the men obviously all pissed off. Thank God, all 4 of them went.
Yeah. Yeah.
And me, you, Ellen, and Mum, we had a whale of a
great time. Yeah.
We went into a couple of shops, just perused.
Oh.
Ellen said, "Can I go into Levi's? I don't want anything. Just want to see what they've got."
Yeah.
Of course, let's go and have a little look.
That's what this is about.
You wanted to go and try coats on in Ted Baker. You never could have bought one, but you wanted to see what they were like.
I just wanted to try them on.
All of us just hung out in the shops with each other.
Yeah.
But I think men think, oh, it'll be in and out. They just want to, if a woman says, oh, I need to get some new shoes for that wedding, I'm going to go to the shops. Men think that's all we're going to do.
Men just think you're going to turn up, you're going to go into one shoe shop, you're going to find the shoes you want, you're going to leave.
And even if that did happen, there would still be a little bit of I wouldn't mind popping here, I wouldn't mind popping.
Well, I always think
men
as well.
Forget that.
I always think as well, very rarely do you buy that first thing you get in that first
Exactly.
Because you go, well, I do like them and they're actually the right colour and they're not a bad price, but actually I just want to check. Yeah. There isn't anything else any better.
I want to go to your Jean-Louis.
Yeah, I want to go to your June. I want to go to your Fenwicks.
I want to go to your Fenwicks.
Yeah.
You know, and I think men, if women say, I've got to go and get this, men don't think through the man standing they're going to have to do. the leaning on railings that their life is going to become. The standing, staring into space. Their Saturday afternoon.
If I was a bloke, right, and I was that stupid to go shopping with my partner, right, I'd actually bring one of those little portable chairs. Because you can get those, they're quite neat, quite compact. I'd chuck one of those in a bag, and while she's in the shops, I'll just have a little sit down.
I'll just set up camp.
Yeah, I mean, you could even go. You could go extreme. You could bring like a little flask,
bit of tea,
bit of coffee, and a little pot,
little cake,
yeah, little chocolate roll, mini roll,
a little mini roll,
yeah. You could give yourself a right good time.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Or you could just stay at home on a sofa with a fresh brew and a nice slab of cake. Like, I just find that whole notion of, look, men, if you're listening,
do you think though, right? Yeah. I think I know.
I love it when you get
I think I could name you, and I won't.
No.
I could name you some women that always want to do shit with their husbands.
Honestly.
Yes. So it's like they want to go to town, and the husband's like, or the partner's like, okay, great, fine, off you go. I'll see you later. No, I would really like you to come with me. Will you just come with me? I'm not going to be long, Jeff. Would you just come in with me, Jeff? Just a few things I want to get.
There's also that the other way round. I think there's also blokes that they're like, I'm going to pop into town. They're like, oh, well, I'll come. Well, no, you don't need to. It's fine. I've got it. No, I'll just come along. We can get a coffee or something. Okay, well, I'm going to be a couple of hours. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They don't really take it in that they are actually going to be 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And, before you know it, you stood on a railing.
Contemplating your life.
Yeah, like, holy shit. How have I managed 16 years of this? Stood watching other shoppers from below while my wife is in Oasis for 45 minutes.
I just love I love doing shit on my own.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love going shopping on my own.
Me too.
I love going for a coffee on my own.
Yeah, me too.
I don't need any bugger with me doing anything. I really don't. If you want to come with me, it will piss me off a little bit. I'll allow you to come along because I don't want to be rude, but actually I'd rather you didn't.
And this is what it's like to be Ange's sister, everyone. That you phone her up and say, hey, Pat, so what are you doing Saturday? Well, I'm actually going out. Oh, yeah, what are you doing? I'm going to my favourite coffee shop on my own. Oh, okay, cool. No probs. Have a great time. I mean, Ellen will probably want to come, so that's enough.
Yeah. I'm going to have to take her. I don't need anyone else.
Don't add 2 into the mix.
No, definitely not.
That is. But I just think sometimes men don't think it through.
No.
They don't have the foresight to think.
Well, that is it, isn't it? They don't.
But do you know when the shoe is on the other foot?
When's
Not
that?
so much in our house, but in general, when you go like gadget shopping.
Oh God.
Then you've got a woman stand.
No.
Because you can spot those women in curries a mile off as well.
Well, I just went, why are you going?
Yeah, why are you going?
That is the
question. You don't need to. You don't need to go to that together. You can
You're
go
too
on your
needy,
own.
man. But I think there are some people, male and female, that are just too needy.
Oh my God, you are so fucking harsh.
I cannot be doing with that shit.
I know.
If you're needy, we can't be friends.
No,
okay?
You can't cope with that,
No.
can you? No, that's not your vibe.
Not at all.
No, that's not your vibe.
Any neediness for me, be it friendship, partner, kids to a certain extent.
Well, not just to a certain extent. In that, just kids. You don't need to say to a certain extent. Needy kids for you. You're like piss off.
Yeah, just
man.
can't be doing with needy people. I just want to smash in the face.
Well, I want our listeners to, if they can, discreetly take any pictures of men
Yes,
standing.
standing.
If you're going into town this week, or maybe
Yeah.
Costco, we've talked about Costco before,
Yes.
and you spot a guy and you think, oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing a railings lean, he's contemplating.
He's bored out
what-
of his fucking
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
He's lost his mind, I think, in this shopping centre. So, Ange, what has been getting on your shitting tits?
Ripped jeans.
No, piss
Yes,
off.
ripped. Ripped jeans.
No.
In fact, I've actually missed out a word there. Overly
No,
ripped jeans.
I love my overly distressed jeans.
Right. Why are you wearing a pair of jeans that actually is probably pretty much a pair of shorts just with a little bit of material just about hanging on?
Why not?
Because it looks ridiculous.
Why?
What?
Do you not like my overly distressed jeans?
No.
Well, you lied to me when I got those. Can I just say, you barefaced lied to me.
No, I actually said, my words were, they're not what I would choose.
But you said I really like them on you.
Yeah, I mean,
So you lied
I
to
do
me.
like them on you.
Because what you said was, I came in and I said, what do you think to these jeans? A couple of my mates have said they like them. I'm not sure I can pull them off at 30. You said, I like them, Pats. Wouldn't be what I choose, but they look good on you.
Mm.
And now, here we are, fast forward 6 months, I've been living and bloody breathing in those jeans, wearing them out everywhere, thinking, Pats has told me they look all right. And now, rocking up, 31st of bloody January, 2022, here she comes, Bertie Big Bollocks, I don't like overly ripped jeans.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't.
You lied to me. How do you feel about the fact that you lied to me? While I was in your kitchen, you told me something that wasn't true.
Well,
Yeah. How do you plead?
guilty.
Guilty. Guilty as charged, officer.
Guilty. I am
Yeah.
guilty of that.
What
I
is your
apologise.
problem with them?
I just don't see the point in having jeans that basically from the knee down is exposed.
Do you know what I don't see the point in? You. I don't see the point in this moment right now. I don't see the point in you, actually.
Like, I don't mind just a little, just a slit, right?
Oh,
Just
you
a
don't mind just
just one rip, just around the knee area, or maybe the thigh. Although I do find that a bit weird as well. But just when you literally put them on and you've got a gaping hole in your leg, then I'm like, no, this is not right. You don't need, just rip them off and make them shorts. Turn them into shorts for a
The
summertime.
only comeback I can think of at the moment is I'm going to rip you off in a minute. I've gone very because I'm still reeling at the fact that you. What about Ellen? What does she? Because she told me she liked my jeans too.
Well, it's not about Ellen, is it? It's about me.
But what does she think
It's what's
about
getting on
overly
my
ripped-
shitting tits,
But
not
what-
what's getting
what
on
does
her
she-
tits.
What does she think about overly ripped jeans?
Well,
I
I
think she
don't-
likes them. I
I
think
don't
she
know.
likes them.
I don't know.
Wow.
It doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really. And to be perfectly honest with you, Pat, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. It's up to you, isn't it? If you like them and you like having half your leg out, that's fine. Carry on. Carry on.
Well, in the winter, I've been wearing them with like a blue tight underneath.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice. Blue
yeah,
tight.
they do. That does look quite cool, you know.
Well, does it?
Well, I'm not going to trust you ever again now, am I? I'm going to be like, do you like this top? Yeah, I really like it, Patty. Yeah, no, you should get it. I'm going to be thinking, but you wait 6 months on the podcast. I really hate wraparound tops. And Patty's got 12 of them. Because I told her I liked them. I've told you this before. I have been vulnerable with you before and told you that your opinion to me is massive. That it's like, I started using best on an email because you told me you used it. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to an old episode.
That's a really old one.
Yeah, I actually use best all the time because you told me that. I am forever 7 years old when it comes to my relationship with you. And I'm like, Patty does it, I'm going to do it. Patty likes it. That's all right. She said it's cool. And then on that episode as well, you said I don't really get. Well, you know what I don't get? Best. I'm thinking, fucking hell. That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years.
The thing
Oldest
is,
siblings, man, they're out of order. Out of order.
the thing is, I just find it a little bit odd. but I know lots of people like them and lots of people wear them. They're a big trend. But for me,
Well, let's put it out to the masses.
yeah, let's see
Let's
what
put
other
it
people
out
think about
to the
old
5
ripped
people that
jeans.
listen to this podcast. Let's ask all 5 people.
And I'm talking overly ripped,
Overly distressed.
So I don't
overly
mind
distressed.
just the
Well, why
ones with
don't we put a picture
slash.
up on the socials?
Why
Why don't you find a picture of overly distressed
overly
jeans?
cut
So
jeans?
on Thursday, go and check out the Finding the Funny social.
Good idea, Pats. Yeah.
And Ange would have put a picture, or I will probably all put the picture up because Ange will forget. But one of
Yeah.
us would have put a picture up of overly cut jeans.
Yeah.
And we want you to comment, and then we'll do a poll. And we'll bring it back next week.
We shall bring this back and see what the overall verdict is.
So if you don't follow Finding the Funny on Instagram, go
Get
and
on
search
it.
it right away. It's the handle is just Finding the Funny. There'll be a picture on there on Thursday of overly distressed jeans.
We have had a great Dickish behaviour from Laura on Gram.
Yeah.
And she says, graduation ceremonies for nursery school children.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck?
I mean, when did this
What?
become a thing?
Exactly.
Like, they put little, graduation hats on them now and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
don't they?
And they have the gown, the hat, whatever they call it, the cap thing or whatever it is. Yeah. And they get a whole, little sort of event where they come up and they get their little
scroll.
certificate. And yeah, exactly.
And then they have pictures.
Yeah. They're like, what, 4?
Well, sometimes they do it, at nurseries,
That's what I mean.
3-year-olds.
Yeah.
And apparently now as well, some nurseries do, when you graduate from the room, when you go from the baby room to the toddler room, they do a graduation. You're graduating up to I mean, this is fucking American.
Oh, it is.
Isn't
That's
it?
what I was just about to say. This is another American shit, isn't
I'm going to little Bradley's nursery graduation this week. I've got him a whole new outfit. It costs $450.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what?
What are you doing? What are we doing?
And also, that I don't care what you say, that 4-year-old feels like a prick. Because I've graduated as an adult and you feel like a prick. But actually, you're quite proud of yourself because you've got through a 3-year degree.
Yeah, exactly.
And you still feel like a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, what has little Bradley done?
Wiped his own arse at school.
Well, he hasn't
or
even
something.
done that, has he?
Well, he probably has.
He's got dropped off at a room. He's been fed 3 meals while he's there. He's dicked around with the sand. he's played on the
Done a
trike.
bit of Play-Doh.
He's made something. He's drawn a scribble that his mum will put up on the wall, and he'll be like, "Oh God, that's a shit drawing." And now he's having a graduation ceremony. No, it's ridiculous.
It is. It is such a stupid thing. Who started it? That's what I want to know.
Well,
who started this?
I think it probably
graduation
would
ceremonies?
have been the Montessori group because they came from America, didn't they?
Do you mean Montessori?
That's what I said, Montessori.
Oh, it sounded like you said Montessori.
No, I said Montessori. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. Do you reckon that's where it's got the old Montessori?
I reckon that's probably where this
Actually,
sort of
can I just say,
started.
Joe has just said you did say Montessori.
I did.
Yeah, you did. She
Right,
did.
this
And
is
if I say it and Joe
outrageous.
says it, then it's true.
This is out, Joe.
Montessori.
Joe, you're fired.
Isn't the Montessori?
You're absolutely fired. You're not
Alan-
really.
Alan
really.
Sugar.
I don't want to edit this podcast ever again. You're not fired.
Isn't the Montessori thing right?
Yeah.
Where you don't say no. I'm sure. I'm sure.
What?
Yeah.
You don't say
Yeah,
no.
you don't say no to the children.
You
Yeah, no,
joking?
no. I think this is actually
Is-
real.
So in Montessori,
Yeah.
I'm googling this.
You don't say. You don't
Do-
use the word no.
Do you use the word no?
You have to use another word or something.
When parents discover Montessori, they understand that it's about giving freedom and independence to their children. But in the Montessori education, we believe that freedom comes with limits. We give as much freedom as a child can handle, and we are not. Oh, and we are not opposed to saying no, but we are
There you go.
mindful of when and how we say it.
I mean,
So
what
they
a load
do
of
say
bollocks.
it.
Yeah.
When you're tempted to say no, try to rephrase it as a statement about what your child can do rather than what he or she can't. For example, instead of no throwing the ball in the living room, you could say, see if you could roll the ball down the hall.
Oh God.
Or Remember, we
No.
only throw balls outside.
No, you see, this is where it's come from for sure.
For sure, they started the graduations.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. And they'd
Yeah.
actually get a little scroll that said, "Well done, because we didn't have to say no to you."
I know. The scroll will say, remember, don't be a dickhead. And I'm not going to say no. I'm just going to say, remember, don't be a
Also,
dickhead.
like, how that's the first thing you think to say, isn't it? No, don't do that. Like, so
Well,
what you have to then think, oh, hang
well,
on, now I can't say no.
No.
I'll say, sorry, Stephen, would you mind just getting down off the stool because you might fall off and hurt yourself?
He's already done it. He's already fallen.
He's already cracked his head open.
Yeah, because you've been thinking of another
What
way
can
to
I
rephrase
say
no.
without saying no?
It's happened.
Yeah.
And then you can lean over him and say, sorry, Stephen, I know there's a lot of blood coming from your head, but I've been taught to rephrase it. So I didn't want to say, no, Stephen, don't touch that. You're in the fire now. You're burning. Don't touch the fire. I had to think of a way to rephrase it.
You've now got 3rd-degree burns.
Well, let's not laugh about it. I think that bit's going to be edited out. I think that 3rd-degree burns comment is not going to make the podcast. But yeah, I mean, in the process of them doing something dangerous, although they say they don't, it's not that they don't say it, they're just mindful about when they use it. So perhaps in scenarios that are very dangerous, they would say, no, you mustn't do that.
Well, yeah, and then,
The
the poor
no's.
Stephen's gone from not hearing no
Yeah.
to like everyone freaking out saying no.
Yeah.
I mean, what sort of shit is that?
Well, I reckon it was them that started the graduation.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well, I'd love to hear from parents who have reluctantly gone to
yeah.
nursery graduations who've been
Yes.
like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I don't need to do this. Obviously, I'm going to go, but it's not what I want to do. So
No.
if you've grudgingly gone, I reckon a lot of our listeners.
I
I've
think
got
there'll
some.
be a lot.
I reckon there's some OGs.
Oh,
that
for
have
shiz.
got kids that would have like
Had
grudgingly
to do
gone
that
to this.
whole
Yeah.
shitty
So
graduation.
if you have, there's loads of ways you can get in touch with us. Ange and I are both on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
And you can also find our podcast on both Facebook and Instagram. Just search Finding the Funny.
We've got another friendship chat.
We have, yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because friendship is really complex.
Oh, totally. And it's so changeable. It changes so much, doesn't it? From your sort of, late teens, early 20s, and then things change, life changes, your career changes, you end up making new friends, and it just is a constantly changing part of your life, isn't it? And I think we decided to talk about it because we had sort of a couple of questions in, or a couple of things in from listeners around friendship, and we just thought, well, actually, let's kind of bring them today. Let's have a chat about it. So the two sort of questions we had from listeners came in. One was around should you cut off a toxic friend or just let it fizzle out? So there was that one, which we kind of haven't really ever sort of talked about that. And then we had another one around making new friends in your 40s and how do you do it? And this one particular person has said that she had to stop working during COVID to support her husband and things happening with her children, and now she's sort of finding that she's actually just a bit bored and actually a bit lonely. So we just thought this would be something to read, and I think so many people will have varying experiences of these things, like whether it's a toxic friend or a toxic friendship relationship, or the aspect of kind of struggling to make new friends as you kind of get a bit older, and how you go about doing that. And I think you've probably had a lot of experience in that way, Pats, haven't you? You say quite often that you have found the sort of the loneliness aspect of friendship at times.
And my two best friends, one lives in Derby, one lives in Northern Ireland. The two girls that I have been closest to, like I've been friends with Michelle since I was 19, so 20 years, and I've been friends with Mel probably for about 15 years. Both are very significant, long-term, will be lifelong friends. But even, sometimes the dynamic of our three has changed, and I've perhaps been closer to Mel at points, or closer to Michelle, or they've been closer to each other. And I always found, I know a lot of your friends that you made later on in life came through having children, and I think that is a natural way that. And I remember in the kind of depths of my infertility, watching all of those long-term friends have children and thinking, oh God, and then I'd watch them go off and meet new friends, be that through NCT or the school gates or whatever it may be, like clubs or whatever, football, dancing, whatever it may be that their children got into. And I think there does come a point where you think, how do I find those people that are my people, really, and that I can take stuff to and I can go to. And I've got a few friends that live locally, but probably people that I've never been majorly close to or done lots of things with. And I was really fortunate last year that totally unexpectedly I made 2 really great new friends, and it's been a real comfort, actually. But both of them have I've become close to both of them in different ways. We're close as a 3. I'm really fortunate that happened. But I can definitely pinpoint times in my life, and I've had conversations with you where I've been like, God, I just feel like I've got no friends locally
near me,
and close to me who I can sort of ask to see or spend time with. And it's been a bit of a game changer, really. And it's definitely. And I like you, I love people. I love being with people. I love being out. I love meeting new people. Yeah. But meeting new people and making friends are 2 very different things.
Very much so.
Because there are only so many people that you really let into that space, isn't there? That you say, I class you as a good friend. I did have a friend. I've got a friend locally. I've also been friends with, God, for years, Laura. I'm close to her. But it's nice when you meet and find new friendships.
100%.
And new dynamics. And that's definitely been a struggle for me in the past.
And I think I find out very quickly people that I do automatically connect with.
Yes,
like I've never found that hard. That sort of
same.
There'll be people I might have met and have kind of gotten to know, but I very quickly work out, actually, I'll be polite to you, and I'm not going to be rude, but actually I know there's nothing really here that would kind of keep this friendship going.
I agree.
And yet there are other people that I'll just meet and almost instantly feel like I have known them for years. Yeah. And it's just kind of when those things happen, I always think it's brilliant that does happen.
Yeah.
But I think sort of like one of the questions was around how do you make new friends, and I think weirdly a lot of the friends I have now are friends that I've made through having children. So like our children might have been mates and then you end up becoming friends and all the rest of it. Yeah. But actually our children are no longer that friendly, but we have continued to keep this friendship, and we might not see each other a huge amount. No. But I think sometimes when your children start getting older, like this woman was talking about, when they go to secondary school, that all changes. And I think sometimes that can be so hard because those points in your day where you would go and walk up to school to pick them up and you'd have a chat with some people at the gate, and that they're gone because that they're in, your child's independence now means that they quite often get themselves to school, they get themselves home. And I think it is quite hard to, unless you have really made those really firm friendships, it's very easy for that to kind of slide without you even really realizing it. And I think I would just sort of say to this listener is, try and find ways of, even if now kind of the school aspect of, not being up at, find other ways of being able to meet people, whether that's like starting some kind of course for yourself or
joining the PTA through the school.
Exactly. I think that's sometimes, and I think that's hard because you do have to push yourself. You have to sort of put yourself out there a little bit, and that can be really hard when you're in a place where you've kind of gone into a bit of a rut. Like how do I kind of get myself out of this now? But I think friends and having those friends you can turn to are so
important,
vitally important.
And I would also say, like, I definitely believe friends can feel like soulmates. You can meet somebody and you think, oh my God, I could bring anything to you. You and I are incredibly fortunate that we have always had a deep friendship with each other. And that, for us, for both of us, we are each other's port of call a lot of the time, and we share a lot with each other, and I know that that's not the same for all sisters. I know that we are incredibly fortunate, but even outside of that, when you meet somebody that you think, I could bring anything to you, I could bring anything to you, and you would listen to it, and you would hold it, and you'd be gentle with me, and you'd care about it, and you'd care about me. And I would say those friends for me have turned up when I least expected it. Those people have come into my life, and before I've known it, I've gone, oh my God, you feel like you're one of my best friends. I may not have known you very long, but the quality of the friendship that you find, and you don't find that with everyone.
No, absolutely not.
I've got close mates, and then I've got mates.
Yes.
And my close mates are very small. I don't have, I can count on one hand my close friends. And then I have,
I can count mine on 2.
You've got 10.
Yeah.
You've got 10 close mates.
Yeah. Well, probably more like sort of like 9.
Close.
Yeah.
Wow, I wouldn't have that many.
Maybe not 9. I'd say, no, actually 9.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'd say I've got 4.
Yeah.
I've got 4 mates that are.
And I class those friends that I could turn up on their doorstep.
Yeah, that's like me.
Ring at 3 a.m. Yeah. Those sort of friends that I'm like, oh shit, like everything has like really gone wrong, or something awful has happened, and I know that I could do that with all of those people.
Yeah.
And weirdly, when I was out on Saturday, one of Tara's mates came with us, and I've met her a couple of times. She's come out at other times.
Sorry, you've met her what? You've met her.
Sorry, I met her a couple of times.
Thank you.
Caroline. And do you know what? I need to get her number off Tara, but we said we're going to exchange numbers, because she's one of those people I've met a few times, and every time I meet her, I end up like talking to her about shit that I'm like, oh my God, I don't actually really know you that well, but I'm actually finding myself talking to you about things that, and that's my sort of sign. Like
it's amazing when you find new people that you go, oh God, you're not just going to be a friend.
No,
you're going to be like a lifelong best mate, like
buddy.
And it's really sadly today I've been to a funeral for a lad who was only 33, and he died of an overdose, and one of the guys that gave a tribute had only known him for 10 months, and he said, Joe was my soulmate. Joe was my soulmate. The moment I met him, I knew we were going to be deeply connected. Joe was my soulmate. And that is, friendship for me isn't about the length of time I've known you.
No,
it's about how you show up in my life.
Yeah.
And in regards to this like toxic friend, God, I just don't have time for that anymore. I don't have time for that drama, and I can't answer this question for you about whether you should cut it off or let it fizzle. That is your own choice. But those people that create drama that are quite frankly not nice people, and when you start to see their true colours, it's painful. God, it is deeply painful when you think somebody has been your friend and then that changes. It is, we've spoken about it before, it can feel like a breakup. It's horrible.
Oh definitely. Yeah
but I just, for me now, I'm like, I don't have the time for this.
And also I think it is that thing of, I don't want to waste any more time.
No, God,
no. Life is so short. Like, why am I going to allow that friendship and that situation to make me feel shit?
Exactly.
Exactly. Like I am not. This is not worth my time and my heartache and any space in my head. I've just got to go. Do you know what? It was a great friendship, and actually, it now isn't, and I just have to just cut that out. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's
like, guard your heart at all costs.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned sometimes the hard way about friendship that those people that I thought were one way actually turn out not to be, and it's devastating and it's horrible. but guard your heart, because it's the most precious thing, and it's not worth this person who is being toxic to you, this person who was once your friend and that's changed, or you've seen a different side to them, or whatever. It's desperately hard, and I'm not underestimating how painful it is, but they're not worth it.
No,
they're absolutely not worth it. They're not worth your time or your heartache. No. And I think you can be. It's that saying, isn't it? A season, a reason, or for life. There are friends that are for a reason at a certain point, just for a season, and then there's those mates that are going to be with you for life, and are going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. And when you find those, keep hold of them, because they're
keep them close. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they are precious people. Yeah.
Just a quick question: does your 9 include me, or would it be 10 including me?
Be 10 including you. Perhaps.
Oh, I see. I wasn't even fucking included. Is that because of my genes? Is that because of my open rich genes?
It's because you've really sort of messed that up because of the genes now. Yeah. So no, it would be 10 including you, Pat.
But mine would be 5 including you.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Really, I mean, I've got I would then say there's another periphery of friends that are out of that inner sanctum, but
inner sanctum,
my absolute soul crew, I suppose, are a 5 including you.
Same. Well, not the same. I'm double, but same kind of.
That just says that you're just more needy, actually. More needy. I mean, do with that, listeners.
You needy man.
Given the stuff at the top of the show, do with that what you will. And is just more needy, essentially.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at the end of another episode.
Yes.
And we hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, we always love hearing from you. There's loads of ways you can get in touch. You can find both Ange and I on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Gordon. She's at Ange Gordon.
And you can find the podcast on both Facebook and Instagram. Just search Finding the Funny.
We hope that the next week is great for all of you, and we'll be back right here next week helping you to find more of the funny.
Yeah.